What it is, you guys, it is yo girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the drama life prison wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice. Hoping, girl, because you got to hold your breath for justice. To see justice before all fades to black. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. Anyways, guys, I'm coming through. Today is, what is it, October 11th. It is 11:38 p.m. This is going to be short because I only got 15% of battery. I didn't get to charge my phone while I was at work because, girl, the moment I went into work, it was nonstop. It has been crazy around here. Y'all know I work at a theme park, so it gets kind of hectic. But anyways, I get through the night. The best parts of my work shift is lunch. Yes, because I get my little free meals. And then I get to sit down and I usually check on my content, my analytics, and I try to release a couple of shorts or whatever because I'm trying to maintain my channels, because if I ever just let it go and don't tend to it consistently, like all the time, I would lose all the traction that I have worked so hard, like 10 years plus. And that's just on this platform. Girl, I literally I've put in so much work. Oh gosh. And it's crazy. If I ever do get paid back for all the seeds that I've planted, because right now it seems like all of the seeds were planted in vain. No harvest yielded from them, just kind of wasted time pursuing them and stuff like that. But if I ever get a harvest off of all I have planted, girl. But over the time, I have grown somewhat, very, very small increments. So if I ever stop, I just lose everything. Like, to be honest with you, before I went to TikTok for like a year and something, because honestly, I don't want all the stuff from social media. I wouldn't even care to be monetized. I want my family. Like, literally, what is the other way to do this? Because the justice system technically is not just, allegedly. So that would have been the way to do it. But because we don't live in that type of world that actually works the way they tell us it works, you have to find another way. And the only way to force justice is to expose them in the public. That's why they work so hard to keep us, hush mouth. We can't say what we need to say because allegedly they don't want people to know all the stuff that they've done to us, right? So that's all I really want. And that's all I ever wanted this whole time. But to be able to do it, you have to use the tools that exist in this day and age. And that is how you get a story out, through social media. But it's so challenging. But if I could ever just break it, that's all I want, honestly. And I will be going about my business. I probably would check in or every so months or whatever. I wouldn't be beating y'all over the head with content. But I don't know. But anyways, I don't even know why I said all of that. But yeah, it's why I keep pushing. Oh yeah, I know why I said it. Because before I left to go to TikTok, because I was told TikTok, you actually can say what you need to say. You can break the story you really need to. It's not all this challenging algorithmic alleged suppression stuff happening where they only put content that supports their narratives allegedly, and if it's against their narratives you get 1, 2, or 3 views and that's it. Then you'll all alleged though. But before I left YouTube to try to basically make it on TikTok and break it that way. But what's so crazy, at the time that I went to TikTok to break it that way, that's when TikTok started working on their algorithm allegedly. It started making it more harder. Oops, sorry, girl. Making it more harder to get seen. So they're following in, step with TikTok. With YouTube allegedly. To make it where it's just all washed out stuff that's not really too meaty, where you could just eat. Like you can have stories that are kind of surface level, but anything too deep, baby, that stuff ain't getting heard. Remember underground music? That's what this is, underground content. But before I left, I had 1,000 in. I think I had like 1,200 watch time hours. And when I started like focusing in on TikTok, because it was true, so many more people supported me on TikTok. And I know people would support me on YouTube, but YouTube is not showing my content to the right people. YouTube is showing my content to the enemy. For real. That's what they keep doing. They keep showing it to people that will show hate back to me rather than further this story and sign my petition and stuff. They're not showing me to my target audience. They're showing me to the opposite of who I want to see my content, allegedly. But I had 1,500 watch time hours. And then for that year, I was gone. So I basically went down to no watch time hours whatsoever because I can't get my channel to automate. Some people get their channels on automate to where they're uploading and then people are just going watching their content. They don't have to consistently just upload. Like their consistency could be once a week. But my channel just is not being supported by that algorithm. And I do understand why. But since I've been back, my watch time hours are growing again. So I just reached 538 or something like that. So I'm like significantly down. And to even reach your first threshold, because I am a graphic designer, I just wanted the little storefront thing where I could sell my t-shirts that I make and my things like that. But you got to get to, I think, at least 3,000 watch time hours, which has been mission impossible for me. But yeah, so that's why I just constantly just record, because I just need a platform. You need a voice to get justice. Even though they say we're given justice because we're citizens of this country. And that's basically how it is on paper versus real life. In real life, you don't have none of those things. The only things you have is what you can enforce. And when you don't have no voice, you don't have no backing, you don't have no community behind you, what can you enforce? Nothing. So these injustices will just trample over you like a herd of elephants. You'll be gone. And nobody will even know. Because you're just a drop in a bucket. And these same situations happen to so many people every day. So, yeah, that's why I just... and as many times it's like, I need to let this go. This stuff ain't working. But the minute I try to set it to the side, I don't know. It has a hold on me too. Like it's some attachment. Like it's crazy. And without the purpose I'm fighting for, I'm not even interested in being on social media. I wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't even have the camera in my face, which is so crazy. But I don't know. I've always been, and it's crazy too. His wrongful conviction is also the reason I started a rap career, because I never wanted to be famous. I wouldn't care to be famous at all. I wanted to be a songwriter. I just wanted to write music for people, and then make money in that way. And also, I wanted to try to break my husband's story through music, because I was a spoken word poet, but there's not a lot of outlets for spoken word poetry in Florida. Well, now online there is, and I say I do need to get back to writing, and maybe I'll just focus in more so. I keep saying this, but it's easier said than done to focus more so on my art, my poetry, my art, and my graphic design. And it's so easy to say that, but when you wake up every day and this injustice is still going on, it's hard to do those things in the midst of your world being off balance. You understand what I'm saying? It's very difficult. It's like you almost got to forget that you're in this situation to be able to tend to something else that takes a lot of focus, and because creativity and drawing takes, and writing poems take a lot of focus, a lot of mental, that also doing content takes. So you can only do one thing at a time, right? It's very difficult to tend to both gardens. But yeah, that wasn't even the video that I put this camera in my face for, but that's what came out. I wanted to chime in on the oh yeah, I got off track. So my favorite part, I'm sorry, I'm a back up. My favorite part of work is lunch. And then when we close and I'm sweeping the floor and I'm listening to my content creators, and Wisdom Speaks Life had her latest testimony. She inspired me to start telling my testimonies outside of prison wife life and outside of Marcello, like advocating for him and wrongful convictions. Me, myself, I've been through a lot of different things, right? And it's only the grace of God that I've gotten this far. But honestly, I will tell you, the fact that Marcello has been wrongfully incarcerated for 23 years and that we have been together from day one, that is a testimony in itself. Because how many, let alone if you free in the free world marriages, how many last that long? Some, but very few. But nobody, I don't see nobody that lasts with their husband in prison that long and they stay that whole entire time. I have seen people that are there and then they fade off and then they come back towards his release, or he's done a whole heap of time and then they join their life and they become husband wife then, and then they finish out the sentence with them. But I ain't seen no another Cadillac that don't roll with you like for real. Y'all remember I was listening to Ashanti today that I wanna be your chick, only but a rule, baby. I'll ride for you, die for you, do anything you want me to. Like, girls will sing along, women will sing along to them songs, but when it's time for them to be your down chick, they gonna be called. You gonna look around and they ain't gonna be nowhere to be found. But I actually stayed around. Like, that's crazy. Like, how in the jail Did we make it this long? That is a testimony. For real, for real. That is a testimony. Even almost more than a testimony of if he had been released from his wrongful conviction. That is just a testimony. And people don't even believe that story, that testimony. But I wanted to start telling other testimonies because God has been so good to me and he has guided me through so much in my life in all these years, 44 years. He has definitely carried me so much throughout my life. And Miss Wisdom Speaks Life was telling her testimonies. And I was like, maybe I'll tell some of my testimonies because I don't really talk about the other parts of my life. Except I'm tired of working, girl, and I want my man's home. Like, what else do you know? And I'm an artist and I'm going blind. Like, you don't know too much else about me. So I said, let me start telling some of my other testimonies. And she was talking about how she almost became a stripper. And I wanted to tell the testimony too, exactly like how I almost became a stripper. But it's really that God just keeps you from certain things. Like even when we desperate to go down the wrong road, like God really just keeps us on. I mean, even when we veering off the track, almost like, you ever seen those go-karts that's kind of on a track and they can't go freely how they want to, and even if it wants to go this way, it's stuck on that track. It can't get off that track. That's almost like how it is. Like God reels me right back on here. Cadillac, your GPS is off. Like you needs to reroute and come back over there. But Cadillac loves to take the long way. Like literally, I always take the scenic route. Like, why I can't learn this lesson? Like the quickest way. Like, you know how you could choose toll roads and whatever get you there quicker? Baby, I always go the long way around. But eventually I do get it. But yeah, I was supposed to tell that testimony. But I guess we just gonna have to wait because I ain't got no more storage right now and I ain't got no more battery. So, but I just got on here and flap my lips. But whatever. I gotta keep that content coming or else my channel gonna flatline again. All right, guys. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Thank God I am off. I am so tired. I barely got through this night. I was almost late trying to get some coffee. I couldn't even hardly get out that bed. I was so tired. Like I really feel my body draining because I have ran almost my whole life since I had our daughter and my husband was taken away. I have been just running. Feel like I've been running a marathon. And I always think that, okay, once life pans out, I could ease back and just, but it never does. It's like a constant marathon that never ends. And I think it's catching up to me. I was so exhausted. But now I'm off for my weekend, right? The kids over there, so I know I ain't gonna get too much rest. And then I got a lot of housework I got to do because we're still getting ready for this family event that whenever I can, I'll let y'all know what it was. But anyways, it's your girl Cadillac.